Chapter 114, The Genetic Ancient Martial Arts Association 2. Luo Murong, who had just walked out of the washroom, nodded. He then looked back at the washroom thoughtfully. "You've done a good job with hygiene this week. I can't find any problems with it." "It'll be my turn next week," Luo Murong said. Zhu Tui felt strangely relaxed when he heard those words. It had been almost 2 months since school started. He had finally gotten rid of the great profession of long-term sanitation and cleaning. "That's great," Zhu Tui was elated. "Oh, yes, Murong, I'm very interested in this genetic ancient martial arts school. I want to understand it in depth and even try to learn it. You should be more familiar with this area. Can you tell me about it?" Zhu Tui asked. "You want to learn? Are you serious?" Luo Murong seemed to be confirming Zhu Tui's attitude. "Indeed, I am serious. I have finished reading all of the books in your room. I have a certain level of understanding of genetic ancient martial arts. However, after I tried searching for it, I realized that the cultivation method of genetic ancient martial arts is very difficult to find in the public library. Furthermore, there was a threshold. That's why I wanted to consult you," Zhu Tui said. "There is indeed a threshold to your training, but it would depend on which direction you are training in. There is no threshold for genetic ancient martial arts that can enhance your physique and offensive capabilities. There are people who have the ability like the lion's roar." Zhu Tui continued. "That's right," Luo Murong nodded. "Let me tell you this. There are 2 directions you can take if you want to understand and learn about genetic ancient martial arts. The first direction is to join the Genetic Ancient Martial Arts Club in our school," Luo Murong said. "Our school has a Genetic Ancient Martial Arts Club?" Zhu Tui was shocked. "You don't know? Thesis, the first time I'm hearing it from you." "That's not right. After school started, they sent people to various colleges and schools where the new students were to promote their recruitment. They had also selected over 400 new members from the batch of new students this year." "How could you not know?" Luo Murong suddenly stopped in the middle of his sentence. "I understand now. The Genetic Ancient Martial Arts Club itself is not that attractive to the Mystery Branch Institute. There would not be a lot of commotion even if they went. Furthermore, you are in the School of Enlightened Mind. You might have been neglected." Zhu Tui listened. He suddenly had the urge to tell the recruiters of the Genetic Ancient Martial Arts Club, "I wanted to curse you, but I don't know if I should say it." They had completely disregarded the School of Enlightened Mind during the recruitment. They deserved to be flogged. "What's the second direction?" Zhu Tui asked. "The second direction is to go to the branch of the Genetic Ancient Martial Arts Association in the capital," Luo Murong said. "2 directions. Which one do you think I should go to?" Zhu Tui made a comparison. However, he felt that it was better to listen to an insider like Luo Murong. Luo Murong laughed when he heard this. He had a suave smile. Even Zhu Tui felt that he looked handsome with that smile. "The hygiene of the dormitory next week will continue to belong to you." Zhu Tui froze. A string of curses appeared in his mind. He had just thought that he was rid of the occupation of a long-term cleaner, but it had come immediately after. It was simply Zhu Tui could only nod and accept his fate. With his current cleaning abilities and speed, he would be able to clean up the dormitory in 15 minutes. Mainly, it was because of their hygienic habits that they managed to maintain a decent sanitary condition in the dormitory. He would take it as a break after his training. That's naturally the second direction. Even though the Genetic Ancient Martial Arts Club in our school is a semi-official club recognized by the school, in reality, the Genetic Ancient Martial Arts Club in our school is merely a stepping stone for the Genetic Ancient Martial Arts Association. Basically, only students who performed exceptionally well in the Genetic Ancient Martial Arts Club would be recommended to the Genetic Ancient Martial Arts Association for a more systematic and advanced training study. For example, I learned my lion's roar after I entered the Genetic Ancient Martial Arts Association. However, if you were to head directly to the Genetic Ancient Martial Arts Association, you would usually be assigned to a beginner class similar to the Genetic Ancient Martial Arts Club. You need a referrer if you want to directly come into contact with deeper information. If you want me to be your referrer." At this point, Luo Murong once again shut his mouth. However, the meaning behind his words was clear as day. How could Zhu Tui not know what Luo Murong meant? He could only nod helplessly. I understand. It'll take over an entire week of dormitory hygiene. A week is not enough. This will take 2 weeks. Luo Murong raised 2 fingers. All right, I agree. That means that the sanitation for the next 3 weeks will be yours. Zhu Tui clenched his teeth. He had to accept his fate. Anyway, he had been at it for more than a month. These 3 weeks would not make a difference. I also know that a genetic ancient martial arts master is giving a public lecture in the branch of the capital's Genetic Ancient Martial Arts Association today. Only students who had joined the Genetic Ancient Martial Arts School could attend the lessons, including the students of the Genetic Ancient Martial Arts Club. As for me, I happen to be a senior member who has the right to directly bring one person in. I'll take care of the hygiene of the dormitory for the next month. Zhu Tui took the initiative to express his stance just as Luo Murong finished speaking. Since he could not avoid being stabbed, he might as well stretch out his neck as soon as possible. Deal! Perfect! He happily snapped his fingers and entered the room. Wait for me. I'll bring you along when I'm done. The internal public lecture is in the morning. Since the public lecture was in the morning, Zhu Tui planned to reschedule his meeting. First, he called Professor Luo Shifeng and explained the situation. He set the 3 hours of research time today after 4 in the afternoon. Currently, most of the research was done by Zhu Tui and Liu Lan. Thus, this time adjustment did not affect Professor Luo's romantic weekend. As a talented bachelor with a decent income, Professor Luo liked weekends. Then, Zhu Tui sent in Zhao Xoxui a message. He said that he had something on at the moment and would only head over to the Research Institute to do his daily maintenance this afternoon. And Zhao Xu's reply was concise as usual. It was only 2 words, got it. Then, Zhu Tui quickly started to clean the dormitory. The hygiene of the dormitory today belonged to him. The hygiene of the dormitory for the next month would still belong to him. The cleaning battle ended in 15 minutes. Zhu Tui changed into a different outfit as quickly as possible. He was wearing a pair of thick-soled white sneakers, a pair of black sweatpants, and a casual white t-shirt. After all, it was the hottest season in August. His outfit was the most comfortable. Of course, he also had some accessories on him. There was a silver chain that Zhu Tui had bought online for a few $100s. At the bottom of the chain was the pocket-sized flying sword that Zhao Xoxui had given him. The chain was around his neck, and the pocket-sized flying sword that was dangling down happened to be hidden under his shirt. It looked ordinary. However, it gave Zhu Tui a strange sense of security. That was his most powerful offensive weapon at the moment. He could only keep the alloy silver pill in his pocket. By the time he was done, 30 minutes had passed. However, what made Zhu Tui break down was that Luo Murong had not come out of his room. Murong, I'm done. Are you done? I'll done soon. Bring me some breakfast. Well, eat along the way. Luo Murong's voice rang out from within the room. Zhu Tui quickly went downstairs and bought his breakfast. He returned to the dormitory building 20 minutes later, but he still did not see Luo Murong. Why would the person he was waiting for be more troublesome than a female student? Zhu Tui was a little frustrated. While he was feeling dejected, a sound rang out from the sky. A pure black repulsive force flying car suddenly stopped above Zhu Tui and slowly descended. Luo Murong's head poked out slightly from the window. Coupled with his exquisite outfit, he looked extremely noble. It was no wonder fangirls would send him flowers every day. Get in! Zhu Tui only had one thought when he saw the luxurious repulsion force flying car. Oh, FCAC!